Today I'm going to be doing a comparison between these $1 pencils and these $80 Faber-Castell Polychromos artist pencils. I'm going to do a few different tests so you can compare the pencils pencil to pencil. To start off with, I'm going to be using the black pencil, and I'm going to be doing a gradient in the circles here, dark on the outside going into a light center on the top upper part of the circle. I'm trying to make the outside edges of the gradient as dark and as strong as bold as possible. As you can see with the cheap pencil, it struggles to lay down the lead on the paper. And you can see the opposite happening when I use the expensive pencil. The lead is soft and it goes down on the paper without putting much pressure on it at all. So as you can see, that there's a contrast between the two. Next, I'm going to do, in the next test, I create a gradient going from one color to a gradient of another. I start off with the blue on one side and a yellow on the other side. In the faded part of the gradient where the two colors overlap, it should turn into a green in the middle. As you can see, it's difficult to get the cheapest pencils to blend. On the expensive pencils, the color goes down strong and bold. As you can see here, when we start blending in the middle of the two, it does get the green colors. So the pencils do blend a lot better, which is probably the most important part of using colored pencils. Here's a close-up of the two. Also, here's a close-up of the circles. Next, I'm going to be doing a saturation test. I'm going to be using the red pencils and applying as much pressure and making it as saturated as I can. See how dark I can get it to go. As you can see with the cheap pencil, the $1 pencils, there's not much darkness to it at all. It's kind of a faded pastel color. But on the expensive pencils, you can tell much more lead is going down the paper. So as you can see with the expensive pencil, it kind of speaks for itself. You can get the dark colors and you can blend. And you can see the red circles are a lot more saturated than the cheap expensive one. And here's a couple of quick pictures of here's the cheap pencils. And here's a drawing with the more expensive pencils. This one needs to be blended out, but it just shows you how much more lead you can get down on the paper and how much more contrast you'll be able to do.